Hey everybody, I'm John. I collect cards. Hope you're all doing well. It is Sunday night, April 7th, and I'm doing a VR here for Al of Iconic Baseball, who has a really fun VR he just put out, I think, just this weekend. He calls it a double take. So he's asking us to show cards, examples of where a player's image is used on cards, I guess, for more than one season, the same image. And so I'm going to take him up on that and take you up on that, Al. And I got 5 examples that I'm going to share. So I'm going to flip the phone around and I'll show them up close. And yeah, let's see what we got. All right, so here's the first of the 5 examples I'm going to share. You might have noticed I was wearing a New York Giants baseball hat at the start of the video here. And it's partly the reason I'm going to share this one first. Here's a 1954 Topps Jim Dusty Rhodes, 1954, and then here's 1955, same season. What's interesting about his 55 Topps is that it's actually card number 1 in the set, and probably the main reason why that is the case is because he was known for hitting a pretty famous pinch hit home run in the extra innings to win Game 1 of the 1954 World Series. That was a few innings after Willie Mays made the catch. So a pretty momentous game there that paved the Giants' sweep of the Cleveland Indians in the 54 series. So anyway, here's 2 examples of the primary shot here of Dusty Rhodes. I like how in this one, like, you could see the angle. They actually changed the angle of his head a little bit, so he's looking a little more upwards in this shot. But yeah, nice try, Topps. You're using the same image. So there's one example there, and Topps was pretty notorious for doing that. In those mid-50s sets, as classic as they are, and they all involve the dual photo. They did the double take for a number of cards. And here's another example. Here's 1954 Topps Al Rube Walker, and then here's his 55, which I actually have graded in a 6 from SGC. I could feasibly send this in as well to get graded, but I'm done sending in 54 Topps cards, most likely to be graded at this point. But this is a pretty nice example of this one as well. I really love the blue backgrounds in 54 Topps and the fact that it's Dodger blue. This is actually a really nice card. But Al Rube Walker was the backup catcher to Roy Campanella back then for those Brooklyn Dodgers. But yeah, again, the same primary shot. And if you look closely at the action shot or pose, it's almost the exact same pose for the action, secondary image as well. Not quite the same. He's more standing here, but very close. So there's Rube Walker there for a second example. And here's a third example. And I find this one actually pretty interesting. This one it involves mid-50s Topps, but not 54. So here's 1955 Topps Yankee first baseman Joe Collins. His 54 Topps is actually a different image. He's in his pinstripe home jersey there in the primary shot in 54. But here's his 56 Topps. Same exact primary headshot, which I found very interesting that they went different in 55 and then just kept it for 56 too. So I don't know how many examples of that there are. There are several examples of the same of 54 to 55 and even 54, 55, 56, where they're 3 years in a row. But here's just these 2 years. So I actually find that kind of interesting. There's a third example there, and then 2 more. Both involve 1978 Topps and manager cards. So if you're familiar with the 78 manager cards, they kind of have like a little postage stamp secondary image from back on their playing days. So here's Tom Lasorda's 78 Topps manager card, and if that secondary postage stamp image rings a bell to vintage collectors, that's because it's the main image or photograph that the Topps used for their 54 Tom Lasorda rookie. This is a photo illustration based off of this photograph. And it's not actually like, it doesn't seem like super duper exact. It's like super duper close, but it is the same shot. I think you can tell mostly from the angle of the hat. If you look at the hat brim, very very similar there. So I am 99.9% sure that is the same image for those two cards. So we got Tom Lasorda there. And then the last one I'm going to show, also again from 78 Topps, a manager card, Bob Lemon. He ended up leaving the White Sox early in '78. Ended up being named the Yankees manager in the summer after Billy Martin, and his first stint as Yankees manager ended infamously. Lemon ended up leading the Yanks to a World Series, kind of calm things down and let the defending champs do their thing. And so he was the right man at the right time. And in that picture, the postage stamp image there, that is from 1957 Topps, and that is a spot-on match right there. This one might be pretty off-center, but I picked this up a while ago. Since I returned to the hobby in 2020. Like a lot of people, kind of us Gen Xers who were out for a while, and for me, I was out almost 30 years. Early 90s was when I left the hobby, and then I just got back into it 4 years ago. But yeah, so the 1957 Topps Bob Lemon is what they used for the secondary image in his 78 manager card. So I'll just leave these two up for the end here. But those were just a few examples of cards that I have in my collection currently that feature a double take of the same player image used, or manager image in this player image in this case, that Topps used more than once. So thanks, Al, for the opportunity to share. Always like doing VRs when I can. And hope everyone had a great weekend and enjoy the week coming up. And that's that. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.